HBCU OverDrive is proudly sponsored. HBCU OverDrive is proudly sponsored by WeWorkForEverything.org. At WeWorkForEverything.org, this is for those who are trying to build for a dream with their latest hoodies, t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, and accessories and more. You can have it all here at a reasonable price. Black owned and operated out of the great state of New York. Like I said, get suited and booted. Check it out at WeWorkForEverything.org. Peace. Ooh, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's happening? How is everybody doing? What is up? What is up? Make sure you can hear me. Make sure you can hear me. Make sure you can hear me. We is in the house tonight. We are in the house tonight. Make sure you can hear me. What's up? Y'all come on up in here like this stream. Y'all hear the moderators? I hear the moderators. Y'all hear them. But anyway, man, how's everybody doing tonight? How's everybody doing on this lovely Saturday evening? I know we got some people up in here. They want to know what I got to talk about. They want to know what I got to talk about tonight. They want to know what's up, what's going on. Everybody want to know what happened today. As you see, y'all already see. You see the title of tonight's show. Somebody called the Ambalamb, not the ambulance, the Ambalamb. But anyway, make sure that y'all like the stream. Make sure that you comment, share, and most of all, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell to get everything HBCU OverDrive. We are good. We are good. I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen anything yet. But we're gonna get into it, y'all. And as y'all see, all the everything on the bottom of the screen on the ticker. You know how we do. We do this thing like church. Get these announcements going in and out of the way. But as always, make sure, again, you can follow me. Follow me on YouTube. As always, make sure you can follow me on YouTube. Just become a subscriber. Also, if you want to, you can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on Twitter at HBCU_OverDrive. And also, you can always follow me on Facebook at David E. Smith Douglas. That is my actual name, to let everybody know. For those that want to know why, what that is. But man, we got my guy Damien. What's going on? What's good, Mr. Print? Damien P. What's going on, man? What's going on? But yeah, we got a good show going on tonight. Make sure y'all come in and tune in. Send this out to people. Make sure everybody share it with folks. Let everybody know what's going on. But we got some stuff to talk about today. But anyway, like I said, you can follow me on all social media platforms, either under my real name on Facebook or on HBC HBCU _ OverDrive on Twitter and Instagram. You can also become an exclusive member. We call them ourselves family members. All you have to do just hit that join button on the outside. Also, you get all the perks when you become a family member. And last but not least, if you want to donate to the channel, all you have to do just either you can become a family member, you can hit the Cash App, you can also hit the PayPal, and you can hit the Zelle. Everything that you see at the bottom of the screen, that's where you can send it at. Like I said, it goes for everything that goes towards the channel, travel, equipment, initiatives, doesn't go in the pocket. I want to make sure everybody understand. I'm gonna give some shout out to give a shout out from earlier today. I got some, we got some donations came in earlier today. And we'll do that. And then last but not least, we're going to go to the birthday. So JD from D, I appreciate you. Thank you. Appreciate you for the money, for the $25. Miss Amanda Brown, I appreciate you. Thank you for hitting me back up earlier today. Thank you for your donation. And also my boy Ashton, you know what I'm saying? Fam, you all the way. Thank you for hitting me up on, for donating to the cause and everything. And last but not least, I want to send a special birthday shout out to my homeboy. He is the curator and the creator and founder of HBCU Nightly, Mr. Josh Sims Sr. We appreciate it's her birthday today. So man, I appreciate give you a happy birthday. So if anybody else's birthday right now or this week or coming up this week or so in November, make sure you hit me up. We can shout you out. I got my boy. Y'all know, hey, I'll be honest with you. Y'all know my top 10. My top 10 is going to be crazy. My top 10 is going to be crazy, y'all. Y'all already know how it's going to go. My top 10 is going to be crazy. It is going to be crazy for next week. So y'all make sure y'all tune in for that top 10 live next week. So I got to pick out a day and a time, make sure it coincides with my work schedule. But first and foremost, you see me, I got my leather jacket, my fraternity jacket on. Shout out to Alpha Phi Omega National Service Fraternity Incorporated. I am a Springs 2006 initiate. Of course, name Doc Holliday. That's where we get it from. That's my line name. We got a lot of stuff going on right here, but like I said, it is the weekend recap. We gonna get into these games from yesterday to today, and we're gonna preview the game for tomorrow. So make sure y'all make sure that we tune in for tomorrow, because there's a lot of implications with tomorrow's game, especially for the SWAC West. So just let everybody know that. Let me get some of this stuff out of my pocket. I need a table for this sound bar that I got right here. But anyway, y'all, man, my boy Damien said, "Hey, somebody call the meat wagon." Oh, Lee. Oh, Jesus. Oh my goodness. Hey man, a birthday and a career death all on the same day. all on the same day. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I got to get Mr. Ford on up in here, man. I'm gonna see if Mr. Ford is on. If he's not, I know it's late. He probably sleep, but it doesn't hurt for him to come on in. What up, Tony? Yo, what's going on, man? What's going on? Everybody had that was a funny. I had, to be honest with you, I had a couple of titles that I ran by my people with earlier today. One of my titles was, "Hey man, stall them out, Debo. Stall them out." The second title I came up with was, "That's my bike, punk." And then my last title is what you see right here. Someone called the Ambalamb. Someone called the Ambalamb because today was crazy. Today was crazy, y'all. But I know my guy Ashton is up in here, so we gonna talk about some family football. We gonna talk about some family football tonight, but we gonna get into the game. We're gonna start off from last night. We're gonna start off the game from last night. Arkansas Pine Bluff versus Grambling. That game was taking place in Pine Bluff, Arkansas yesterday. Grambling did come out with the victory last night, 43-14. Miles Crawley did. I'm gonna say he did a lot. He didn't do as much. He didn't do too much. He made sure that the ship was righted. He had 3 touchdowns passing. The best thing he didn't have was he didn't have no turnovers or interceptions in his game. What's going on? What's going on, Will? What's going on? What's going on, Paris? Jeremiah, what's up? Mr. Chuck, as always, making his round, man. Supporter of the team. But hey, man, look, Grambling had a phenomenal game yesterday. With their win, they put Grambling at 500 for the season, at 5-5. They put with this loss for UAPB, they are at 1-9, and their last game is next Saturday against Texas Southern in Houston. So that game is at 2:00 in Houston. So basically, not too much about Pine Bluff because they are still in a rebuilding year. What's going on? HBCU band talk. I see you. Hey, now you can talk. You can talk your talk because we got to talk about what happened early today. Chance Williams with 97 yards on the ground. He kept the game. Basically, he led their rushing attack. They ran for 213 yards as a team with over 400 yards of total offense. As a squad, they did hold Pine Bluff to 260 yards of total offense. Both quarterbacks for Pine Bluff only passed for over 65 yards. Not say combined, but as a collective. So Chancellor Edwards, he had 78 yards in the air, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and Mekhi Hagan's on 65 yards, no touchdowns and 1 interception. So what's up, Mr. Rosier? What's going on? So we got a lot of stuff to talk about, but I need to go into the CIAA because we're gonna start with them first. I want to start with the CIAA first. I want to see if I want to see if BJ Jones' prediction was correct. So North Carolina A&T goes to Rhode Island today. They get beat by Rhode Island 31-24, which is, I mean, it's respectable. Hey, they passed for over 100 yards again for the third game in a row. That's good. Wish they could have did this earlier in the year, in the season, instead of waiting to the latter part of the season to get going as an offense. They did have over 370 yards of total offense, but Rhode Island just came in and wrecked shop. They did give up 233 yards and 3 touchdowns to Jaden McKenzie. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you. BJ Jones was probably right about what he said about A&T. So, A&T, you have no business to be talking any type of shit whatsoever today. So look, I guess y'all just go back to the drawing board because next week y'all got Campbell next week, and that's your last game. So they have no business talking that talk, and you get the slap of the week. But hey, Ashton, make sure you got headphones on because they got for Android. I did get a thing for Android that you gotta have headphones so you won't have no echo. Make sure you got your headphones on. All right, you good now? What's going on?
What's going on, doctor?
I ain't the doctor. The doctor is in the chat right now.
What's going on with you, my man?
Man, I'm good, man. We're gonna talk about them. We're gonna talk about them Rattlers in a little bit, man. I want to try to get through with these independents, and then we're gonna slide into the slide into the SWAC. I'm gonna slide into the MEAC first because I got some stuff to say about the MEAC. But we got Hampton lost to William & Mary today, 31-10. That drops them back down to 500. They still 5-5. And I think they, as far as with them, they could actually end the season on a winning note next week. Basically, William & Mary is a strong team. They sitting at 6-4 right now. Don't know if they'll be in the playoffs for in the next coming week. But Hampton does have Elon. Winner of this game will end the season at will end the season at 500. 6-5. One was in at 6-5. The other will be 5-6. But we shall see what happens next week. Now on to the OVC. We got Tennessee State taking a big loss to Eastern Illinois, 30-17. That drops them down to 6-4. Eastern Illinois is at 7-3. Now this hurts for them. This hurts for them. Y'all mute yourself. It hurts for them because they don't have a chance to get automatic bid to the playoff. They end their season next week against Tennessee Tech. But they can't end the season on a good note. They can end the season with 7 games, 7 victories on their belt. They can end it with being 500 in the conference. So they are, to me right now, they out the running for they are out of the running for the playoffs. But let's get into the SWAC right now before we get into this one game right now. This game is final. FAMU defeats Lincoln Junior High School 28-0. They beat them 28-0. I figure I'm figuring this. I scrimmage my ass. Scrimmage
Scrimmage. We played our second team, so it is what
it don't matter. This is Lincoln Junior High School of Oakland, California. Y'all should. The second team should have wiped them off the earth.
There you go. We won though. That's all that can.
Y'all won, but y'all won though. Y'all won. So I'm gonna give you that. I am going to give you that. So, but I mean, look, Junior Maritovich, 8 of 18, 82 yards, no touchdowns. I mean, he didn't turn the ball over. And then Ja'Cory Jordan, is he your other backup QB?
I guess he the third one after Maritovich.
Okay, so he was 1-1 at 13 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Y'all did have 3 touchdowns on the ground. 141 yards on the ground, but 95 yards passing in the air. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, y'all gave up. Well, shit, y'all didn't do too much anything. Y'all gave them 139 yards in the air. Y'all got 2 picks off of them, but and your defense held them on the ground, 32 yards on 23 carries. But hey, y'all better be ready for next week.
Oh, y'all gonna be ready.
Y'all better be ready for next week. Because if y'all ain't, y'all about to get the other side.
We always ready for our rivals.
Amen. Look, I just want to say, y'all better be ready. All right. Now, I'm just saying. Now, let's get into the teams that got caught slipping today. Let's get into the team. Man, look, y'all already know, some teams got caught slipping.
And speaking of Bethune, you want to start with that one?
Oh, most definitely, man. We'll start with that one, man. Look, so teams got caught slipping. So we just gonna go back and forth on this one right here. Of course, Alabama State, I mean, they didn't slip nobody's shoe. They played Valley. Nick was on here. He tweeted out, should I report on Valley Field? I said, you gonna report it on it anyway. It looked like they ain't cut that grass in about 3 months. But they did beat Valley 20-3. This ensures that doesn't matter the last 2 games. This will ensure that Eddie Robinson is going to have a winning season this year. So they got, I think next week they got Prairie View next week in Prairie View, and then of course they got the Turkey Day Classic against Tuskegee on Thanksgiving Day. So of course, Alabama State did what they're supposed to do. Damon Stewart did, he didn't turn the ball over. He did throw for a touchdown. Wasn't the prettiest of stats, but I mean, he righted the ship. And then basically all you do is just make sure you keep the ball moving against a team like this. Tijerian Williams for Mississippi Valley. Y'all listen to this stat, y'all. He was 12 of 18, 38 yards passing and interception. $38 yards passing and one.
Sorry about that.
No, you good. But that was to be said that about Valley. I mean, they going through some growing pains. They are basically trying to get the team righted, and to me, he's doing a good job. So you want to start off with that? You want to start off with hey, can somebody go get a U-Haul for Maynard? Because he got caught slipping today. He got caught sleeping today. Anybody want to get a U-Haul from Maynard? Bethune-Cookman. Bethune-Cookman defeats Alabama A&M 31-14. Down
VCU at home or on the road?
Oh, that was at the house. That was at the crib.
Oh, they did their thing in Daytona.
They was at the crib. So now I'm gonna give you the stats. I'm gonna give you some stats right here. So both Bethea and Simmons, they only passed for 68 yards combined. They had one interception, but that's in the air. On the ground, y'all, running the ball. Walter Simmons III. He's the quarterback. 16 carries, 165 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Jimmy Robinson III. That's the running back. 25 yards, 137 yards, 25 carries, 137 yards on the ground. And Mark Highshaw, 12 rushes, 109 yards, and 1 touchdown. As a collective, Bethune-Cookman ran the ball for 412 yards.
That's good.
As a collective, they ran for 412 yards. They had it's crazy, and with 4 touchdowns on the ground. They did get 2 interceptions. They got 2 interceptions off of Quincy Casey today. Phenomenal job by Bethune-Cookman. 3-7. A lot of people said they was either going to be 1-10 or 2-9. 3-7 is it's a step up from what they was last season.
I don't even think A&M had any good decent victory this year, have they?
Nah, the only victory that they had that was on the belt, shoot, nobody.
I know they played Tuskegee, UAPB. I think.
So they played Vanderbilt. They lost to Vanderbilt by 34. They beat the brakes off of Lane. They lost to Southern. They beat Pine Bluff. They beat Tuskegee. And they beat Grambling. They beat Grambling on Grambling homecoming.
Well, that's a key one, I guess.
That's one key one right there. Now, every other team, they have not beaten a team that's over 500. 500 or better. They got obliterated at the Magic City Classic. They got destroyed last week by FAMU. And then you get taken to the woodshed by Bethune-Cookman.
Who they got next? Or is that it for them?
Oh, they got Valley next.
Should be. Well, Valley play is pretty tough, so that could go either way.
It can go either way. So, Connell Maynard, I'm just gonna let you know that the animal services are coming to your house to take away all Paw Patrol. Paw Patrol, you know, the Paw Patrol is I don't know. I don't know what's up with Paw Patrol. I thought it was going to be a promising season for them. Jay White kept telling me they were going to be 5-1 before they even get to Jackson. They're going to be 5-1 before they get to their home.
Did you just say Jay Walker?
Jay White. Oh, he gonna say
Jay Walker. Oh, my bad.
Now he said he's gonna be 5-1 before they got to the Grambling game. Sorry to say that your prediction didn't go the way that it's supposed to go. But there is a U-Haul truck somewhere in Huntsville right now. There's a U-Haul truck in Huntsville right now trying to find out where Maynard stay. And
How many more years he got on his contract? Is this
He
it?
said he got one more year, but shoot, if you were me, I let you have the money. Just go. I don't even like firing nobody. Just go.
With that AD to A&M got over there, who knows what might happen?
No, I'm still, when it come down to it, bro, I'm still not. I'm still not gonna trust Maynard. I mean,
Yeah,
of course,
I don't trust him either.
I'm still not gonna trust it. I ain't get a chance to even interview him at media day, but I'm not gonna trust it. Hey, Jay White, make sure you got headphones on. What's going on, man?
Yo.
You got caught. Hey, y'all got caught slipping, bro.
Hey, it happens to the best of them.
Happened to the best of them.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't had a consistent quarterback play all season, man. I mean,
that is true, but
that's what
true.
it is. What it is.
But Maynard likes to yank folks. He likes to, man, when Quincy get going, don't get me wrong, when Quincy get going, he can get going. But if he messed up one good time, he likes to yank him out and put Langford in the game. And you can't really do that because that messes with a QB psyche like that, man. Like, for
It
real.
does.
Like
I mean,
for real. You can't mess with a QB like that, man. A QBs are real finicky when it comes down to getting put out the game like that. And then to give up 400 yards on the ground. What's up with the front seven with the defense? Because
I mean, our defensive coordinator hasn't proven himself since he's been here. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Let's just be honest. He hasn't proven himself. I mean, I didn't agree with his hire, so I mean, it is what
it is. What it is. So I'm be real with you. If let's just say AD Bryant say, look, we're gonna go. He jumped out. Let's just say AD Bryant say, look, we gonna let you go. Who the first person you gonna go talk to?
Who's really available? Like, who's the best available candidates out there?
The best available candidate is Chennis Berry. But do you as a FAMU alum, as a FAMU fan, do you want to see Chennis Berry in the SWAC? Do you want to see him in the East? Like, ask that question.
If he can make Alabama A&M competitive, then it is what it is.
But I'm just saying though. I'm just saying, for all my folks that's in the East in the SWAC East, that means Jackson State, that means FAMU, Bama State, A&M, Bethune Valley. Do you really, if that man comes, and let's just say he go take his talents to A&M, do you really want that man in the SWAC East? Like, be honest with yourself. Do you really want that man in the SWAC East? Because I can't now. I don't want that man in the SWAC East.
He must be that darn scary then.
It's like what he's doing with Benedict right now, and we'll get into them too. Yeah.
Benedict, oh.
That's what I'm saying. Do you really want to see that man in the SWAC East?
Yeah.
Come on, Brian.
If he can make the SWAC more competitive, then let's do it.
Man, Brian said Broderick Fobbs. If it me, I go at the Sam Shade down in Miles. We talked about it last night. It would be. Look, it would be.
What about some of the other old coaches like the old coaches that had successful in the past at these other HBCUs like Brian Jenkins or Sam Washington, whoever? What you think?
Man, I think Sam Washington is. I think he trying to enjoy retirement. Brian Jenkins, depends on where he go. If he go to A&M, that would be nice. I know they ain't gonna let him set foot back in Alabama State or at Bethune, but I never said that he can't coach. I'm just saying that's a shock to hear Roger Fox. So, but I'm just saying though, if you really think I really want that man, let's go to the next game. We're gonna go down to the Bluff. Prairie View versus Southern. Now Southern in this game had control of this game. Halftime score was 21-17. And after that, it's like after halftime, it's like they just gave up. They just gave up. Traylon Conley, 10 of 16, 184, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. He also had 54 yards on the ground. Basically, they ran the ball to death on Southern. It really Harold Blood wasn't even supposed to play in this game. They say he wasn't supposed to play in this game. They say he wasn't supposed to play in this game, but Noah Biden actually started the game. He was 4-7, 99 yards. Then Harold Blood came in 14 of 19, 123 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. So they did respectable in the air, 222 yards collectively in the air, and 105 yards on the ground. Kendrick Grimes with 70 yards and a tutty rushing the ball. Kobe Dillon with 11 yards and a tutty rushing the ball too. So they got 2 touchdowns on the ground. But Prairie View basically came in and took their cookies. Kick return, like they basically would, show themselves in the second half, offense, defense, and special teams. So now,
boy, I bet Southern fans are hot angry right now if they haven't already been there.
Southern fans been angry.
Yeah.
Southern fan was telling Dooley they were saying to fire Dooley after the Jackson State game. They were telling the fans.
Surprised they didn't say that after the Alabama State loss.
Well, because that was early in the season. That was the first game of the season though. So I really wasn't saying that they need to fire, but it was like after the third game, they were ready to cut Dooley loose. And Jeff, y'all did look good tonight. Y'all did look good today as a team. Now this put Prairie View at 5-5. This dropped Southern to 5-5 also, but in the standings in the West, I told y'all that West is gonna look crazy now. Alcorn sitting in the West at 5-1, followed by PV at 5-2. Grambling and Southern sitting at 4-3, and then Texas Southern and Pine Bluff brings up the rear. Now,
it might come down to all next week to see who before we finally see who.
It's gonna come down. I'm gonna tell you, Ashton, it's gonna come down to what Alcorn does with Texas Southern tomorrow. Remember that game was supposed to be played today, but they moved it to tomorrow. Then
I remember that.
Then the next week, like I said, next week, Bama State play PV. Southern has a bye week because they play the following Saturday for the Bayou Classic.
Yeah.
So now the Bayou Classic is going to mean something because it means somebody's going to be trending and somebody's going to have their U-Haul at their house. Right now,
the way how both coaches looking, way how both of them looking, whew. That's desperate for both of them.
But I can see with Hugh Jackson, with him, he can say, look, my QB is not doing good. I gotta take him out. Because I have to preserve to make sure we win games. But with Dooley too stubborn to pull his quarterback out. He'll ride or die with the dude. And I think that is the death knell for him, because you can't just sit there and say, look, I'm gonna ride with Blood, but Blood playing like he needs a transfusion. You get what I'm saying? Like you can't sit there and say Blood. I'm gonna ride with Blood, but Blood playing like he needs a transfusion. It's just like last season. I'm gonna ride with McCray, but McCray is like.
But ain't Blood a kind of a upgrade over McCray though?
He's a small shade better over McCray. So still, if PV loses next week to Bama State, if PV loses to Bama State, it basically, because you don't know, because Alcorn could lose to Jackson State next week. That could drop them to 5-2. Or they could lose tomorrow to Texas Southern, drop it to 5-2. But it all comes down to these last couple of games. So Alcorn can be a screw up tomorrow and lose to Texas Southern, but I personally don't see that happening. Alcorn can lose to Jackson State next week, and then it's a you can really say it will be a 3-way tie.
So if Alcorn win,
because Grambling and Southern would eliminate one another. So if Grambling wins, they will eliminate Southern. Grambling sits at 5-3. PV loses next week, they will sit at 5-3. If Alcorn loses their next 2 games, they sit at 5-3. Now, the thing is, here's the catch. You got a tiebreaker system. All right. You got a tiebreaker system. Now, Prairie View already played Alcorn, beat Alcorn early this season. Alcorn already beat Southern, so that cancels them out. I'm trying to go back. I'm going back to see what they did in the West. It all started with Alcorn. Alcorn beat Grambling. So Grambling that will knock Grambling out, because Alcorn will have the tiebreaker over Grambling. Now, Prairie View has a tiebreaker over Alcorn. So basically, it's a whole bunch of mumbo. It's a whole bunch of mess when it comes down to it with these tiebreakers and stuff. But if let's just say if Alcorn loses tomorrow and they win, and let's just say they win tomorrow and they lose to Jackson State, they still win the West. Prairie View will be eliminated. Grambling will be eliminated. Southern will be eliminated.
So Alcorn has to win tomorrow to officially win, or do they still have to beat Jackson?
They still have to beat Jackson.
Uh,
Because it's not decided by tomorrow. It's not decided by one game with them. They have to win. They would have to win out.
for the third year in a row, SWAC West gonna be started at the end of the year.
It's gonna be tied at the end of the year. Somebody gonna backdoor into the damn championship game. So has Hugh doubled the wins? Yes, he did double the wins this season from last season. So that is a major improvement for his program. Now, if he can win,
just need a defense. They good on
they
offense.
need
Just need a defense.
Yeah, they need a defense. Now, if he pulls off the Bayou Classic, then they're gonna give that man another. They'll probably give that man another contract. Prairie View can't lose next week. Prairie View can't lose next week. Alcorn really can't lose the last two games.
Does PV have enough offense to overcome that Alabama State defense? Well, at least try to score.
I think they have enough offense to get by Bama State. Now, if you talking about running the ball, them dudes is fast from sideline to sideline. Bubba ain't letting nothing go across coming in the middle because he's filling up the gap. That defensive line is big and heavy. They got some quick defensive ends. Now, as far as passing the ball, I would say take what they give you. Look at the coverage. Take what they give you.
When I saw him at the FAMU game, like the quarterback, it was basically their offense. Most of their offense was like just running the ball.
Running the ball.
Not because the quarterbacks weren't really doing anything.
Right, they really weren't doing too much, but they have to be. Prairie View has to be balanced to beat Alabama State. Alabama State, best thing they can do with their defense, they can make a game look ugly. And I said it like I said it last night. All Bama State, all you got to do with their offense, you score 14 points on offense with Bama State, then all the defense got to do is just hold them. So Sean and Prairie View beats Bama State, then what? They got to wait for Alcorn to lose their last two games. I don't know if they'll lose against Texas Southern, but I know they'll lose against Jackson. I'm gonna hit G up so I can get a bet with them again. But yeah, that's what's gonna happen, man. But look, Dooley, Ari, man, that U-Haul is out. Nick already said it. Them asshots are already in the truck, ready to be moved. Like, dude, you got your dream job at Southern University, and you playing, and you effed it up in 2 years.
He can't backpedal this year though.
He can't backpedal this year. Like Southern, he can't backpedal himself into the SWAC championship game. He can't backdoor it. He can't backdoor it into the SWAC championship game. And especially after what we saw last week against Alcorn and what you saw tonight against Prairie View, nah, ain't no way. That U-Haul is right there at his house. That U-Haul is right at his house. I'm just saying. I'm just saying
that Grambling game, that's gonna at least be the final straw. At least That's
It
the Southern
is.
fan base.
Now-
I don't know about the administration, but at least at the Southern fan base.
It is, because to me, when it comes down to it, man, he did win the Bayou Classic last year. I give him that. But since you've been at Southern, you have not beaten Jackson State in 2, 3, 4, 3 tries? No, 4 tries. You had not beat Jackson. No, 3 tries. He hadn't beat Jackson State in 3 tries. He is 1-1 against Prairie View. He is 1-1 against Texas Southern. He is 1-1 against Alcorn at Southern. So he has not had too much of success with the team that he is supposed to beat. He's 1-1 against Grambling. At Southern right now.
Don't Southern play Texas Southern this year? I haven't seen them play this year.
They played last week.
Oh.
Not last week, they played 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
What's up, the one said, who will get the Southern gig if he has to go back?
Ed Reed.
Hell no, you get slapped for that, just for saying that.
I just want to mess with you.
Just for saying that, man. Now Chennisberry is the top dog on the list for Southern. That's if he wants to take the job.
Does Southern have the money to pay him though?
Southern have money to pay that man. Southern got money to pay that man. And I'm telling y'all, do I want to see Chennisberry at Southern? Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. I do not want to see that man at Southern. I do not want to. That's like Debo reincarnated right there.
Oh, so that man a bully.
He a bully. If you ever watched a Benedict football game, that his whole squad, his defense is some straight up dogs. Oh yeah, he has not. Dooley ain't beat FAMU in 2 years either. Yeah, he's 0-2 against FAMU.
Oh yeah,
he's 0-2 against FAMU. So, but yeah, man.
What's this dude? What's that coach name again?
Chennisberry.
Chennisberry.
Mm-hmm.
Do you him as been the head coach? Do you see him the way you saying he might beat some of the teams in the SWAC? Then the way you talking about him.
I'm telling you, because I'm gonna tell you just like this. Let's just say he gets the job. Let's say he gets a job at Alabama A&M, right?
Yeah.
Or let's just say he gets a job in Southern. Half of them kids from Benedict gonna follow him to wherever he go. I'm telling you, he like the Pied Piper. Having them kids gonna follow him from wherever he go. Like really, man. But I'm gonna get on. We're gonna get on up into this MEAC right here. I'm gonna drop you down so you can listen to. We're gonna get up into this MEAC, and I'm gonna get into this Division 2. All right.
All
right, man. Appreciate you jumping on.
All right, bro. I'll be easy.
Be easy. Look, that my boy Ashton. He asked me to jump on. He's gonna jump on. But look, we're gonna get into this MEAC right here because some teams got up in the MEAC, and it's the big one. So now again, first of all, Norfolk State versus Delaware State. That's the toilet bowl to me. Norfolk State takes care of business, 44-21. This could be a guarantee that Norfolk State they play against South Carolina State, they can win. They can have 4 wins on the season. Now, this might be a step for Dawson Otis to actually stay in Virginia, but I don't want to see. I mean, if he get come back to the SWAC, I don't want to see that man either. But they do end their season against South Carolina State next week in Norfolk, Virginia. That's a 1:00 kickoff, ESPN Plus. So in Delaware State, of course, they are inept on offense, inept on defense, inept on special teams, and it's one of them. All right, you did good, bro. It's one of them teams. It's one of them teams where it's going to take a couple of recruiting cycles and a couple of years to get them back up to standard. First team that got caught slipping today. First team that got caught slipping today was South Carolina State. Now, can anybody put out an APB or Amber Alert to my little bro Kobe? Can anybody put out an APB to my little bro Kobe? Because this game right here, they played against Morgan State down in Orangeburg. It was senior night. It was senior day for a lot of these kids. Corey Fields, he's a senior, so he they got to see him, wish him well. They had last week they had a monster game against Howard, winning that game 27-24. This week, not so much. Corey Fields, for the second week in a row, he was non-existent as a quarterback. 4-14, 54 yards, 1 touchdown in the air, and 2 interceptions. They only had 137 yards total as a team running the ball. Juwan Howe did not even play in this game. Morgan basically made this game ugly and delivered a knockout blow. Delivered out that knockout blow. They got a QB. He's a freshman right now. Taj Smith didn't have the best of numbers. 5-14, 86 yards. He didn't turn the ball over, but he added a touchdown on the ground. All I needed was basically, it is kind of like what I said. All they needed was to at least get spotted 14 points, and the defense take care of the rest. Bro. Bro, you tripping, man. You was tripping. He said you gotta take it to a non-extradition country. Oh man. So with this win against South Carolina State, Morgan State sits at 4-5 overall, 3-1 in conference play. Now, to the game of the night, the game of the week, because this was the game of the week right here. Howard takes on North Carolina Central. This game was brought to you from Green Stadium up in, I guess what it was, the northwest side of Washington, D.C., or the southwest, southeast. Dr. D, let me know what side of town Howard is on. But last season, North Carolina Central put the 50 burger on Howard. Did him so dirty that Coach Trey Oliver called Howard's coach champ rings class rings. Oh, Doc says on Northwest side. All right. I think I was right the first time. But yeah, they punched North Carolina Central punched Howard in the chin last year. Sat him down, put him on punishment, did whatever they could do. That was Howard's only loss in conference last season. Now, let's fast forward to this season. Central comes up to DC. You got the go-go music going on. Everybody passing out mumbo sauce. Everybody passing out mumbo sauce to all the people in the stands for their chicken and everything. They got the stomp and shake going out there on the field. It was electric. It was, in fact, I think this game was sold out. Well, then what they said wasn't sold out, but it was like they said 4,457 people showed up, but this game should have been sold out. From start to finish in this game, Howard dominated this game from start to finish. We talking about passing the ball, we talking about running the ball, we talking about defense, we talking about time of possession, we talking about first down, we talking about every statistical category that you can name. Howard basically dominated this game from start to finish. Oh Lord, I need to give you some mumbo stuff. I've heard somebody say they got some on Amazon. But Howard comes in, they put the 50 burger, they put the 50-piece hold the pepper on Central tonight, 50-20. And it was so bad. It was so bad that Howard was sitting on, if the score was 48-20. I don't know what made Coach Scott do this, but he went for two. He went for two, y'all. With like 2 minutes left in the game. Listen. Listen. They went for two with 2 minutes, like two and some change left in the game. It's like Coach Scott did that with his middle finger up. Said, F you bastards, we about to obliterate y'all right now. Mr. Careful, he knew what he was doing. He wanted that 50-piece. He wanted that 50-piece. He wanted them to see what happens when you mess with them. All right? Look, I'm running it down. I'm gonna run it down to y'all. All right. For Howard, what they did today. Quinn Williams, masterful throwing the ball today. 23 of 33, 277 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. That's the best thing I think that's one of the best games that he had this season right here. Jared Hunter, 113 yards on 14 carries, 2 touchdowns on the ground. Eden James, the son of Hall of Famer Edrin James, 84 yards on 9 carries, a touchdown on the ground. Ian Wheeler had 28 yards on the ground. Of course, Quentin Williams added another 15 yards on the ground in the touchdown rushing. Receiving, Casey Hawthorne, 114 yards with 2 tutties. Jared Hunter with 53 yards. Gavin Harris, 41 yards in the tut. Eden James, 29. Nashawn Hezekiah, 20 yards. Man, look. These dudes was in a zone. The best thing about this game for Howard, they didn't turn the ball over. They held the ball for a little bit over 32 minutes in the game. Anybody else want to come up? We can talk. We can talk some more stuff about what happened today. Come on up, bro. Let's come on up. Let's talk some more. Let's get some more conversation about what happened today. On the flip side, for North Carolina Central, this was an abysmal time. This was an abysmal game for Davius Richard. I think this is one of the worst games that he has played since he has been at Central. 11 of 25, 77 yards. He did a touchdown. Hey, Chuck, make sure you got headphones on. Make sure you get your headphones on. He also had 91 yards and a touchdown on the ground also. So he had 167 yards, 68 yards of total offense. Mookie Collier, he was non-existent in this game. I mean, of course, they didn't fumble the ball. They did throw an interception. Let's see. Hey, what's going on, Chuck?
Can you hear me?
Make sure you got an echo.
Oh, it's an echo?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Do you have an echo now?
Let me see. I hear a little bit. Yeah, you got it's a reverb. But you gotta have the headphones.
Oh,
If you got an Android.
Oh, but I have this. I'm on this tablet, the Samsung tablet.
It's an Android. Yeah. You gotta have headphones for it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
Yeah, StreamYard got some issues going on with anybody got Android phone or Android tablet. It gets a bad echo. But yeah, in this game, they just got dominated in this game from start to finish, y'all. They got yeah, Coach FU, Coach Payback, Coach Petty. Hey man. But yeah, man. They got dominated from start to finish in this game. They went up 2 touchdowns at halftime. It was 28-14 at halftime, and then in the third quarter, it was just, I think in this game, it was just lights out in the third and the fourth quarter, and Central just couldn't bounce back. Now I'm gonna let people know. You see why I didn't put them at number 1 this week. You see why I didn't put them at number 1 this week. I didn't pander. I wasn't pandering this week. I knew what I was talking about this week. I knew something was gonna happen this week. I didn't pander. So But yeah, I just want to let people know what had happened. The game was a great game. So now in the MEAC, y'all, the top 3 teams right now, it's Howard, Central, and Morgan State, all sitting at 3-1. Howard and Morgan State, that game is really, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Howard versus Morgan next week in DC. Yeah, it's in DC. That is the de facto championship game right there. If Howard wins, if Howard wins next week against Morgan State, Howard is the MEAC champions. They will represent the MEAC in the Celebration Bowl. If Morgan beats Howard and Central loses to Delaware State, which I don't see that happening, Central goes to the Celebration Bowl because they beat Morgan early in the season. It's kind of crazy if you think about it. Who's my pick? I'm gonna go with Howard. I'm gonna go with Howard next week. That game is on ESPN Plus. They need to move that game to ESPNU. Flex that game to ESPNU. Cause that is a big game right there. That's for all the marbles. Like for real. That's for all the marbles. And then it could shut up a whole bunch of Central folks because it could shut them up. It could shut them up, like for real. Like for real. It could shut them up. Because there were holes in their game where I seen, you seen a lot of holes in their game. Yeah, Central has Delaware State. They'll win. They'll beat Delaware State. So Howard wins next Saturday. Howard goes to the Celebration Bowl. Morgan State wins next Saturday, and North Carolina Central wins next Saturday. Central goes to the Celebration Bowl because of the victory over Morgan State. If Morgan State wins next week and Central loses to Delaware State, Morgan goes to the Celebration Bowl. So that's what's going to happen. That is the scenario for the MEAC. It's chaos now. And I told y'all, I love chaos. I love it. I love chaos. I told y'all this was going to happen in the MEAC. I told you this was going to happen in the SWAC West. I love chaos. Okay, FAMU, point blank, you won the East. You represent the conference in the Celebration Bowl. Let's take that back. You represent the East in the SWAC championship game. You still got to get past whoever going to win the West. But my best bet, it would be Alcorn. Do I want to see a rematch between Prairie View and FAMU for the SWAC championship game. Of course, I'm a Texas native. I would like to see that, but realistically, no, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. Now, Alcorn, if Alcorn gets in with a 7-4 record, they win the West, they get in a 7-4 record. I would rather see that because I feel like Alcorn can come in with a better offense and a much upgraded defense from what you see with Prairie View. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Now, the Celebration Bowl, if it's FAMU versus Howard, Mr. Ford, I think Mr. Ford was right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You still got an echo.
Still got an echo. Gosh.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta get some headphones like this.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right. All right.
Mhm. But yeah, I think FAMU and Howard will bring a lot of people to the Celebration Bowl. Now, Alcorn gets in there. Alcorn bring the whole state of Mississippi with them. I'm just saying. Alcorn get in there. They'll bring the whole state of Mississippi. Now, if that scenario happens, we gotta break that game down, and we gonna try to spend at least 2 days breaking down FAMU's game or whoever represents the SWAC in the Celebration Bowl to whoever represents the MEAC on that side. We'll break it down. But like for real, Alcorn win the SWAC, and they get to the Celebration Bowl, they bring the whole state of Mississippi. It don't matter if you went to Valley, it don't matter if you went to Jackson State, it don't matter if you went to Delta State, USM, Mississippi State, Ole Miss, Belhaven, Millsap, all the JUCOs in Mississippi. It don't matter. Alcorn win, the whole state of Mississippi is going to be in Atlanta. The whole state of Mississippi is going to be in Atlanta. Claiborne County going to be thick up in that thing. I'm telling you, Claiborne County, Adams County, shoot. You got folks in Lincoln County, shoot, all of Hines, everybody in the state is going to be at that game. I'm telling y'all. And even though Alcorn is our rival, you know what I'm saying, it's one of them healthy rivalries. Like we will support Alcorn if they go to the Celebration Bowl. We will support it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Miss Michelle said she going to the Celebration Bowl. She don't care who in it. She gonna be there. She gonna be in Atlanta. Don't let me catch you over at Magic City though. Y'all brought the pissy fans of North Carolina A&T. A&T ain't got to fight in this no more. They can't even. Y'all got destroyed by one man on a show on Thursday night. I'm just letting y'all know that. We ain't supporting no Rattlers. I mean, I got Rattlers supporting me because, you know, they sending me, you know, all exclusive to Tallahassee and everything. But hey man, look, Magic City, Strokers, Velvet Room. What else they got going on down there, Mr. Campbell? Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm gonna support Alcorn. I'm gonna support Big Fred because, man, I think it's time for him to win the chip. And of course, I mean, I'm just saying, the SWAC need a chip in that bowl game. The MEAC has dominated it for 8 years. I'm just saying. Yeah, because look, Peasy. Hold on now. The celebration bowl of Dion years, right? Look who you said. What is the key word that you said? Dion. Of course they're gonna go see that Negro. They ain't gonna see, they don't care. They gonna see Dion. Dion is a name. That was the key word you just said. Dion. Let's see. Let's get back into. I'm gonna get into the D2 scores, man. So on in the CIAA, look, y'all. I ain't get to watch the game, but I did get updates on this game today. Virginia Union defeats Fayetteville State 21-10. So Virginia Union is the CIAA champs. They have their overall record at 10-1. Second year in a row, Union has won the chip. Fayetteville State, I don't know, man. Y'all gotta come to the drawing board. And then too, like, y'all need an offense. Jada Byers, 135 yards rushing. And yeah, I think he had two touchdowns to go into the game. So man, that's light work for him. And it's the wait and see as far as who they play in the playoffs. It's in the SIAC, the SIAC championship. I did watch that game. I was at work. I watched it from a phone, putting up stuff. Benedict destroys Albany State 47-10, finishing their season at 11-0, 9-0 in the conference. Aeneas Dennis with 279 yards throwing the ball. Also had 95 yards rushing. Caden High, 156 yards receiving. That's a bad boy. Y'all really want to watch the receiver right there, D2. Caden High, I think he's a Florida State transfer. That's a bad boy right there, y'all. This game was basically dominated. First half ended halftime 17-3. Second half, they scored 30. They went on a 30-7 run in the second half. Pretty much whitewashed it. Come on, Miss Joyce. You knew. I told you. You knew Albany was not winning that game today. You knew they weren't winning that game today. They was not winning that game. Come on. Well, Mr. Campbell, they got a reason to put it at 50,000. But we shall see what happens. We shall see what happens. We got SWAC championship game in 3 weeks. Celebration Bowl in a month. So but we shall see. Oh, and we shall see who will be the representatives in the Florida Beach Bowl. Hopefully that comes out. It'll probably come out after the Turkey Day Classic. Since there's one last game for the SIAC with Tuskegee. That game is at, that game is at Alabama State. And it's in Montgomery. So we shall see what happens. But Benedict goes to the playoffs. I think they're gonna have a bye for the D2 playoffs. It all depends on what who are placed in their region with them. But I'm wanting to see them go at least 3 rounds deep. They do have the team to actually really truly make a run for the championship, the playoff championship. That defensive line is straight gutter. And I'm gonna be honest with you, that defensive line is straight gutter. I don't know, but I know that Chennisberry head coach Benedict is a hot commodity, so we won't know who. We don't know what will happen until after his season is finished. But look, today was a day for HBCU football. We saw the biggest upset of the season. As far as when it comes to my rankings, y'all will find out. On Tuesday afternoon. I do a show. In fact, I'll do a show at 11 o'clock Tuesday morning. Y'all will find out what my ranking is for this week on both D2 and D1. Will we see a new number one? Will some teams move up? Will some teams get left behind? Will we see some new teams join the conversation? We won't know until you tune in on Tuesday, 11 o'clock. That is the midday live. Make sure y'all y'all tune in on that. And the one, Coach Bear would be hell at Southern. He would be. He would be. Mr. Campbell, y'all gonna bring the Miami bass music with you? Y'all gonna bring the Miami bass music to Atlanta for the Celebration Bowl? If you get there, you gotta get there first. Gotta earn your spot. Y'all sure you gonna have that bass music? Gonna have that Miami bass? Hey, what you do, EA? What you do? Hey, y'all play nice up in here today. Y'all play nice. Let me see what. Man, you back in? Shoot. You back in? Oh Lord Jesus. Lord Jesus. Mr. Campbell, come on up. Make sure you got headphones if you got an Android. Come on up, Mr. Campbell. And tell me why you think FAMU is going to represent the SWAC in the Celebration Bowl. Come on up, Uncle Steve. Come on up, Bishop. Unc. Come on up. It's 75 folks that's watching this show. Make sure we get this thing to let's get it to 100 likes, y'all. 100 likes. Get this show to 100 likes. Get this show to 100 likes, and also make sure that you to send me to Tally Ho. Hit the donation button. Just hit the donation button. Send me to Tally Ho. Either via Cash App, PayPal, Zelle, or the Super Chat. So if you want to, Mr. Campbell, come on up. I need to know why y'all, or EA, come on up. I need to know why y'all gonna represent the SWAC in the Celebration Bowl. I just feel like I gotta get there first. Gotta get there first. I mean, y'all gonna ride down Old National? Come on. What's going on?
Hey, Doc, can you hear me?
Yeah, you got a little echo, but you should be fine. You got some headphones?
Yeah, hold on. Usually hasn't been echoing when I'm. Hold on, I'll be right back.
All right. What's up, Doc? Uh-oh. Hello? Uh-oh. Jump out, Doc, and come on back in. Look, I got two of my the people that invested in me coming in to tell me why. So Whitley is through my stream application, StreamYard, and if you have an Android, they want you to have headphones. And Dr. D, you still got a beat going on. What's going on? You got to jump out because I'm still hearing negative feedback. So let me put this in the chat. All right, let me see. All right, what's going on?
What about now? Can you hear me?
You good? You good? You good?
All right, perfect.
You
But Doc,
did.
once again, the Rattlers get to sit back and watch all the chaos happen in the West.
Oh, it was a whole bunch of chaos.
Oh, a bunch of chaos. And, you know, we allowed our flag football team to play this week. You know what I'm saying? So we allowed the flag football champions to play against Lincoln. So we didn't get anybody hurt. So that's what it is. That's what it is. But Doc, you got to give us credit. Out of all the teams,
I would give y'all credit.
but wait a minute. But hold on. Out of MEAC and the SWAC, the one team that has constantly handled their business for 4 quarters, because y'all think at Jackson think the game is only 2 quarters. For 4 quarters, it's Florida A&M Rattlers. Of every game that we played, we handled our business.
Yeah, I have.
So the thing about it is, and things kind of break certain ways. You know, unfortunately, Jackson State, they had the one loss that knocked them out earlier, but that would have been pressure. But I think that when they lost that homecoming game, see, because like with us, yeah, because see, the flip side, we went against Jackson, we lost early, right? And we were chasing. Jackson was still rolling and then lost another game late. So now they were like, okay, well, we can't even get to the playoffs. At least we had a chance to get in the playoffs.
Right.
So now, go ahead.
But you know what though? It was crazy. Somebody said, well, no, we can't get to we weren't gonna get to the playoffs because we lost to Texas State. I was like, no, Texas State really doesn't matter because everybody was expecting for us to lose to Texas State and because it's an FBS program. But I was telling people like when we lost to Bama State, that just threw everything off the rails for us because now they have the upper hand. They have a tiebreaker against us. So let's just put it at that.
But here's the thing, and I want all them big bad Braves. They better not sleep on that game tomorrow.
Oh, what G?
Hey, my special agent G, they better not sleep on that game tomorrow. Because I'm telling you, and I have been around Jackson, Mississippi long enough to know, when them Braves roll in that stadium at the Vet and Jackson State got a good team, they usually don't walk out of there with no victory. So they better handle their business tomorrow. Because if they're banking on, because I'm telling you now, as somebody that's been around the SWAC, I am 53 years old. I've been around the SWAC literally for 50 years of my life in some shape, form, or fashion. I have seen this thing play out too many times. I've seen when Alcorn walked in that game and Jackson State thought they were going to support, and it was not going to happen. And the same thing now. And Jackson State is a good team.
Mm-hmm.
They are a good team. And like I said, and I still, the Alabama State, all credit to their defense, but Jackson State just played bad. That was, again, they played bad that game.
Yeah,
they shouldn't have lost. They shouldn't have lost that game.
Yeah, turnovers killed us. I mean, the fumbles killed us. So it's like, TCU already said that in a sense, like that was one of them games where we could not lose. We could not lose that game. And plus, we was already playing, like you said, we was already playing catch up when we lost to y'all early in the season. And at least we would have kept, if we would have kept rolling, you know what I'm saying, being having a 9-2 record with a first year head coach and maybe getting the thought of going to the playoff, that would be something to talk about, but
8-3, but 8-3 that's bad. Yeah, 8-3. First of all, 8-3 is great in the SWAC. 8-3 in many years has won the SWAC. It is very, which, I was talking to somebody that knows the SWAC like I do. It is very rare that you're going to have teams, because Grambling did it twice. Mm-hmm. Jackson State has done it. And if we run the table, that you have had teams that run all the way undefeated for, 2, 3, 5 straight years. That usually doesn't happen.
Nah.
You usually lose a game here, lose a game there. This is very rare in SWAC history, other than when Jackson State ripped off 5 years in a row of not losing any SWAC game. But again, it was less teams in SWAC also. So they have as many conference games. But to go year in and year out with the way that it is pretty interesting to me and things like that. But, again, this is just what we have. But like I say, as far as Jackson State and what they've done this year, I mean, TC, what more? Man, look, and that's why I tell the Jackson people, and I know, you know, they wanted to say the #1 recruiting class. No, I didn't want to hear none of that food, because recruiting class don't win you championships. Consistency wins you championship. If you don't believe it, ask Texas A&M and all that money that they spent for #1 recruiting class. And the fact that TC took a team that was basically brand new, because that was a brand new team, and most of his leaders had graduated, to have that team go 8-3, man, like I said, honestly, because TC, I'm gonna tell you something. If just look at pure coaching, TC is the SWAC coach of the year. Just pure coaching, because all the hell that he had to go through, and still some of the things happened in the middle of the season, and you finished 8-3. Because, and again, I don't care what nobody said. Y'all was not. This was FAMU's year. We were set for this year. We had been loading up for this year. So you wasn't gonna beat us this year. And I mean, it's just like us playing South Florida. You wasn't gonna beat Texas State. So the only game that you slipped on really was Alabama State.
Yep.
So you can't be mad at a first-year coach to go 8-3. Like I said, I tell you what, look at what Dooley. He ain't go 8-3.
Sure ain't.
Willie went 6-5 his first year at FAMU. We were 1-10. So to hold that team together. So yeah, but the bottom line is FAMU has been consistent, even though we have been inconsistent in games. That's the thing. That's what's scary about this team. If we play a consistent 4 quarters, we score 40, and people want to score 14.
But that's the only thing I actually do critique. Like, I can critique on my team. You know, I can critique on my school too. Like, there have been games where we have played great in the first half, and then in the second half we have went to sleep at the wheel. Like, on the real. Don't get me wrong. When we had played Alabama A&M, that game should have been in the 60s. There is no way in the world that we should even let them even sniff within 2 touchdowns of us in that game. Just to be honest, you know what I'm saying? Just to be honest with you. The game against Bethune. Now look at Bethune the last 2 games they have won. All right. But early in the season, because that was right before we went on had our bye week. There's no way in the world we let them have 16 points on us, and there's no way in the world we only scored 22. Where in the last 2 games we played them, we have put over 40 points a game against them. But the thing, that's what I'm saying, Doc. But you got to give TC, Doc. But listen, do y'all understand? That's what I tell people, how much talent y'all had on those teams. Y'all, the best players on Colorado team are the Jackson State players, right? You're right. The best players at a Power 5 level are from Jackson State. So that lets you know how much talent that you all had. So you can't compare this team, and it's not fair to this team to think that y'all were going to put up those points when you guys had Power 5 talent, high-level Power 5 talent. So we got to give. See, this is the thing that you know, and this is my rant on the Jackson people. You cannot put TC in there and say, "Oh, we got this recruit class." When you guys have Power 5 talent, you just can't replace that. Nah, you really can't. Now, you can't. I give you that. I give you that though.
Come on, man. It's like, what would you guys expecting to have when you that level of talent? And Shador, which we all saw it, because that was the thing about it. Anybody that watched Shador the past 2 years, and you know, it's always funny, like all these new black people that don't know about the SWAC. And even the white people, and again, I think that was Ryan Clark. Oh, look, he's showing what it is. And you know, everybody jumped Ryan Clark's ass because, like, bro, we saw that for the last 2 years. Shador's doing nothing that he had done at Jackson State last 2 years. Them game-winning drives, I saw that game-winning drive against Southern. Did you not see that against Southern?
I seen it.
He was a freshman.
I was glued right there.
He was a freshman. So this is nothing. So don't come telling me that there was not talent that could not play. So it's the same thing. Fam, you have been building this team. We got a lot of guys that have been around. So when you have teams that have been around,
Hey, Campbell, also FAMU has depth.
What
That is
but
true.
that depth but that depth comes from kids being around. We have not had the
But
turnover as a lot of people.
That's what I'm saying. You didn't in those 2 years when y'all came in the SWAC, y'all didn't have a lot of hit. Y'all didn't get hit in the transfer portal as hard as other schools in the SWAC has, especially since with us. Like you said, losing 60+ players either via the transfer portal or through graduation, it hurt. But to go back out there. For TC to actually go back out there and try to re-recruit his whole team, I mean, and then like you said, sitting in right now at 7-3, we can finish the season at 8-3. People gonna say give Willie the Coach of the Year award, because that's what they're gonna say. That's what the writer's gonna do. But TC doing what he's doing right now, man. Like you said, it's a masterful job. I don't think all the stuff that we done had with players leaving, with players getting hurt, not having no type of kicker on the team, not having a punter for at least 3 or 4 games on.
Yeah, but whose fault is that, Doc? Whose fault is that?
I mean,
that's a coaching issue.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, as far as with the injuries, injuries is injuries. Injuries gonna happen regardless. And Doc, you being an actual person in the medical field, injuries are gonna always happen. Losing to BJ Washington for the rest of the season, that I thought it hurt our team, but I seen them being, they were resilient. In this last game against Texas Southern, we still picked out 2 passes. They still lead the nation in interceptions. Still have a top 5 defense in the conference. It's nothing more than TC. What TC can do is just make sure that the wheels don't fall off on this, with this team.
Hey Doc, let me make a point on that.
Mm-hmm.
The 3 hardest things for any HBCU to get is a quarterback, lineman, and kickers.
Yep.
Okay? Jackson State lost their quarterback, their best lineman, and their kicker. You cannot just look at all the HBCU. Finding kickers is hard for HBCU programs.
Right.
And I'll tell you, anybody that's got a child, you want to get an easy scholarship to an HBCU, make your child be a kicker. So the thing about it is, I can't even blame that on coaching. This is historic. You don't have a bunch of great SWAC kickers. When you got a good kicker in the SWAC, you just wow. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So that automatically, even with the offensive linemen and stuff, and the quarterback, God knows we already know about that. NFL don't have good quarterbacks. It is hard to get quarterback. So my thing again, if I'm TC and somebody has taken the whole team, right, and I turn around and get people that can at least just get it through the goalpost, then they want you. You can't see. My thing is, I guess the expectations, and I understand, and I'm glad, because for the SWAC, Southern needs to be good, FAMU needs to be good, Grambling needs to be good, and Jackson State needs to be good, and Alcorn needs to always be in that mixed challenge and cause utter chaos. Mm-hmm. That makes it good. That's traditionally what the SWAC has been. No disrespect to anybody else, but I'm just those are people that win the conference championships. It's just a fact.
Right.
So again, and I'm talking about FAMU coming over because of the name and what that is. But my point of it is, I can go through all those teams, and I'm telling you, those championships, when Grambling had a championship team, I'm going to tell you what Grambling had. They had a quarterback, and they had an offensive line. When Jackson State was winning, Houston Hoover, that played with Dion, was a first-round pick. Jackson State has had offensive linemen that got drafted. Southern had offensive linemen that got drafted. They had good all-conference quarterbacks. Now, I ain't talking about Steve McNair. We did very few Steve McNairs. But you look like Shannon Board and Kincaid from Grambling, you know what I'm saying? These were all conference quarterbacks.
Yep. Same thing with Howard. The last time Howard won was when Jay Walker back in
Exactly. So I can tell you what the formula is for any HBCU team to win. It's just that simple. So if I take, Mata is where? In Colorado. That's your kicker. That boy's all kind. We already know what your quarterback, and then again Brown, and then not saying whatever else would have come. So if you put Brown back on that offensive line. Guess what? That means there's another guy that moves over that's just that good, right? Offensive line get way better, right?
Yep.
You put Mata out there kicking. He's kicking 50-yard field goals. And God knows, if you put Shador out there, y'all score 70 a game. So my thing, if it is no put down for that. So my thing is what I'm glad about, and again, being a Jackson guy, the thing I'm happy about that is that the Mississippi kids are thinking about Jackson State again. Because that's what Jackson State was built on. I don't want to hear nothing about, you can go get the guys from Florida. Jackson State was Mississippi guys that WC and those guys built those guys up and made those guys first, second, third round picks. That's what Jackson State was built on.
Also, you can say Mississippi guys. You can also say Memphis guys, New Orleans, Chicago, because that was our pipeline. 55 was the pipeline for us.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, when you get those guys, because what would happen, and this is what's so funny, that's why I saw Paris, and it made me think about people in Mississippi, and I'm talking about HB, don't root for Ole Miss. This ain't like, see, people in Georgia root for Georgia. People in Alabama root for, people in Mississippi don't root for Ole Miss.
They don't root for USC.
They can't stand Ole Miss, can't stand. So that used to help Jackson State in the recruiting, because nobody wanted to go to Ole Miss. Nobody wanted to go to Mississippi State. What the hell are you going up there for when you go to Jackson State? So it's the same thing with FAMU. The great thing with FAMU is gotten better because Willie says, you know what, take your ass up there to Michigan, take your ass to Georgia, take your ass to Tennessee, take your ass to Nebraska, and when it don't work out, you come on back to FAMU. All those guys are Florida guys. If we just get the second straight Florida guys, we always going to be in the mix.
Yeah.
We're always going to be in the mix. So that's the thing about it, which is the one thing that Deion did do. These guys can look and say, why the hell I'm going to sit on the bench at X? I can come to Southern, Jack State, Grambling, FAMU, and play.
Yeah.
And still now, because now all of a sudden that pipeline, it ain't like it where it was, but I tell you what, it's dripping. Look at Marquise Bell. You don't think that doesn't help FAMU? And say, hey, man, you come to FAMU, look at Marquise Bell.
Man, I love that boy, bro.
Look at Isaiah Land.
I love Marquise Bell.
You see what I'm saying? Look at James Houston the year before. Look at Jacoby Durant. So if that thing gets started, and we get those guys, because they never recruited 5 and 4 star. We got 3 stars and below. And that's what we were built off of. All those guys that are Hall of Fame, them guys were not 5-star, and they didn't have that. But those guys wasn't those guys.
Yeah.
Steve McNair, they want him as a defensive back.
Yep. They want him to play safety. That was funny. But you think about it. When you think about it, I love Marquise Bell for what he did, being an undrafted free agent, playing on and gritted his way onto with that 53-man roster for my Cowboys. Then for this season to become an actual starter at linebacker, got to love it. Gotta love it. That, and he's the only rattler I would cheer for right now.
No, we appreciate that. We appreciate that.
Other than Big Nate, but
Look, I want to talk about these Howard Bison. So
Doc. Come on, Doc. I'm talking about the Howard Bison because I'm
switching up right now. I'm taking off my FAMU hat and putting my Howard Bison hat on. So look, Howard is about to make this run. Now I don't know how it's gonna play out because you got 3-way tie between NCCU, Morgan, and Howard. I think that's a 3-way tie.
That's a 3-way tie.
And like it was last year, they're gonna beat each other up. And I don't know who's going to come out. I mean, hopefully it'll be Howard, because for the Celebration Bowl, if you had Howard and FAM, you will fill up that Mercedes Stadium.
I'm going to say it like this. I think Howard has the best chance. They statistically, on paper, they have the better chance to represent the MEAC in the Celebration Bowl. Because they got Morgan State next week in DC. Morgan still has its issues is with quarterback, but their defense is lights out. You cannot cancel that. You cannot cancel Coach Wilson out with that defense. But if Morgan wins, they're gonna have to ask for they're gonna have to play cheerleader to Delaware State against North Carolina Central, and we know that ain't happening.
Yeah, Central gonna put 60 on them boys just because.
Because they got pissed, and they might not even play Davis Richard next week. They'll probably put Walker They'll put Walker Texas Ranger up in that thing. That's what I call him. They'll put Walker Texas Ranger up in there as a quarterback, like, because in a sense, and I'm not saying Trey Oliver is calling it quits, but he knows that he's behind the 8 ball now. Like, Howard has they have the tiebreaker in their hand, but they cannot afford to lose next week at home to Morgan. That is a tough team where if it wasn't for a scoop fumble recovered for a touchdown, if it wasn't for a few miscues against Towson, you're looking at Morgan being instead of 4 and 5, you're looking at them being maybe 7-2 or 7.
Yeah, I mean Morgan had, how can I say, the thrills of victory was taken out their hands, and the issue is you got to teach your team how to win.
Yep.
Through, like you're supposed to win the easy games, but you got to teach your team how to win a game when they're down and they have to dig deep and battle back to win. That's the sign of a good team. And Howard, I think, is that team, to battle back and fight back. So we'll see. And then just to let it, hey, Campbell, I see you in a couple of weeks. Campbell, are you going to the Florida Classic?
I am not. I'm sitting back, saving all my money for all that money y'all gonna make me spend when we go to the Celebration Bowl.
Look, I'll be at the Florida Classic. My family got an RV. We got about 25, 30 members of the family gonna be at the Florida Classic. So after that, I see you at the SWAC Championship.
Yep, bro. You already know. Pick you up from the airport. Let's ride.
Yeah, he's gonna be picking me up at the airport. Yeah. So look,
that's a game on my bucket list I want to go to too.
What, the Florida Classic?
Mm-hmm.
You ain't let us know.
Hey,
you gotta let us know.
I go to the SWAC championship game. I want, you know what I'm saying? I love to go to the SWAC championship game, but I'm just saying that's on my bucket list. I'm probably do that next. I'm trying.
Okay, what we'll do is I have you a special guest with my family because we take over down there. Okay.
Okay.
And now one more thing before I go. How you doing with your travel plans to the SWAC championship? So
to the SWAC championship game, the Mississippi is going to be off that weekend. I'm probably gonna have my mother with me because my mom ain't never been to Tallahassee before, and it'll just be us 3 right there.
Okay. And Airbnb is big enough to handle that. So you
right.
That. Okay. All right. Just let us know what we need. And Campbell is working on your tickets too.
Right. And then
that's easy money.
That's easy money. And then
and what we may do is we'll try to contact some people so you have a field pass to go down on the field.
Man, that would be so lovely right there. My mama, I told my mom that the other day, and she damn near had a heart attack, y'all.
Well, that's
she
good.
was like, man, my mom, look, my mom is my biggest fan, man. So
all right. And make sure you book that car rental quick. So just let me know when you're ready.
Okay. Okay. So you want me to book it here in Dallas? And then
you book it in Dallas, and then
just
find out what it costs, and I'll send you the money for it.
Bet. All right. I'll let the missus know.
I'll holler at you later, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right. Yep. Man, we got some Well, that was some good football. So you put the JV out there, you move them up to varsity. Y'all played the junior high school team, scored 28, got a goose egg on them. That's a great win. Get it to the Florida Classic. Ain't nobody hurt. Moose gonna be fresh. It's gonna be a tough game right there because I'm gonna let you know. You already seen it, but don't look like they ain't gonna back down for nobody.
No, they're gonna play. But Doc, let me make a point because everybody's been talking about we played the 2 whatever NIA school. But here's the thing I'm gonna say to y'all. Y'all look at y'all schedule and y'all can't even beat the other SWAC teams. So don't talk about FAMU until you have a winning record. Okay? So that go for you Southern folks. That go for you Alabama A&M folks. That go for you Bethune folks. Because last I checked, y'all ain't even got no winning record in the SWAC. Okay? So as the great words of Coach Maynard, you get paid to win SWAC games. Willie wins SWAC games. So how about that? So don't be worried about our record. Don't be worried about what we doing. That's what I'm gonna say that. Because that tickles me when that, I'm part of this little chat that Branch and them got, and he got all these folks in there. And them jokers, they talk more about the white folks school instead of talking about their school, and all their schools are losing. All their schools losing. North Carolina, A&T. What they got? 1 victory? Ain't winning nothing. Alabama A&M.
Wait a minute. BJ has already handled it for us on Thursday night.
Well, yeah, I saw that, but like I said, I'm gonna tell you something. I've been Kilroy and put him back in the dust years ago because, like I said, I told him put your money where your mouth was when they first went to the Big South, and I told him I would give money to the A&T, and I said we don't have to bet. My bet is you give the money to the school, and when you don't have enough confidence, even though I don't bet, you ain't betting. You donate to the school. I put my money where my mouth is. Hell, I bet Ken and them, and I won. I still gave them 4 tickets. Because I'm gonna support the mission. So that's why I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear none of that. None of that.
You see, y'all hear Unc stand on business.
Period. So like I say, so all I'm gonna say is, so you Bethune-Cookman people, if you want to bet me, just like my number is public. You can give me any one of these shows. You can contact me, and I will make whatever money bet you want to make, and we can donate to your school. And them big bad Braves, G's my nephew, but hey, Brave, y'all gonna have to catch the smoke. Y'all gonna have to catch the smoke too if y'all come on down to Tallahassee. And I'll help y'all buy some new helmets or something. You know what I mean? We'll donate some money that way. So it don't matter.
You talking big noise.
Listen, Doc, you know me. And one thing about it, I have been consistent. Whatever I say, I do. And they say, Google me. Google me. So I'm not like the rest of these folks. And one thing I'm not going to do is disrespect nobody's school, and I don't disrespect nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, I've always said I enjoy these platforms. This is fun. Again, meeting other people from other schools. That's why I came up with all that nasty stuff and all that. I'm not for that, and I don't like it. And people need to stop it. This is our stuff. This is our thing. You see what I'm saying? This is our thing. So we should be able to talk a little FAMU, Jack State trash. That's good. But I'm going to tell you what, if somebody from Jack State needs something from me, I'm going to make sure they get it. And I hope they do the same for somebody from FAMU. Same thing with Southern. So that's my thing is, but all this name calling and just, just like what they did, those kids, at Jackson State, the biggest person, and I ain't trying to start nothing, but the people that were talking the most, they ain't had nothing to do with Jackson State. You worrying about Jackson State kids and you ain't never stepped on the campus. How you gonna disrespect them kids and you not even a Tiger?
You ain't put your foot on the platform.
Hey, don't even know what 1400 means. But you got a Twitter feed that you're gonna sit back and talk about what those kids are doing. Those kids are Tigers, man. Those kids are HBCU kids. So they want to go see their buddies. You don't think, I tell you what, it's 2 schools and the coaches would never admit it, but I tell you, Bobby Bowden did. You know how much Florida State used FAMU to recruit? Because
right down the street from
each other. Right down the street. You don't think FAMU guys hung out with Florida State guys because they play high school football together?
Yep.
We saw it all the time. Dion would tell you, he's like, man, I had a bunch of people from FAMU with my folks. Dion was over there all the time. So for you to sit back, don't know nothing about 1400 Lynn Street, Jackson State, FAMU and all that, and then talk about, oh, they're doing something wrong. Man, go somewhere. Go somewhere. And that bothers, see, that's the type of stuff that bothers me.
It did bother a lot of us. I'm like, look, shout out to Kobe Pop. he been down with he's been down with Deion ever since he was with the Truth, organization. You know what I'm saying? Like Kobe, it was a small kid playing on varsity football. If you watch them play, when you watch the overtime series when they was at Trinity Christian, like that was him and Shador are homeboys. They, you know what I'm saying? They like brothers. He want to go. If he gonna go see his brother, he gonna go see his brother. He gonna support his brother. He gonna support his brother. It's just the same thing with Shador. Shador gonna support Kobe. He gonna support Kobe. But don't go up on there. Don't go up on Twitter under these kids' profile and stuff like that and start talking all this noise and calling them all kinds of names out their mouth. Because if a grown man would have did that to you, you be want to fight or you be want to bust your gun. And we ain't nobody got time for either one of that. I mean, because if you, like you said, if you ain't never set foot on Jackson State campus, what are you talking about? If you ain't gave to our charity or to the fund, to the endowment fund for the school, you have nothing to say about our school. You have
Bro,
nothing
these folks have not even bought a ticket to the football game.
Thank you.
Most of these folks that are sitting up there and then trying to say, well, y'all don't understand what I'm saying. No. MF, you don't know what you're saying. So kindly go on, do your videos and do whatever, and then stand on that. But don't sit back and see, this is the thing again with the primates and stuff like that. We've been, bro, Jackson State been here since 1877. FAMU been here since 1887. We've been doing all right. That stuff ain't perfect, but I tell you what, for 100 years, we've been doing better than you've been doing.
Pretty much.
Because you don't have anything. We got something. So for me, I'm going, when I see any of these kids, if they want to go up to Colorado and hang with their boys and stuff like that, man, do your thing. It ain't no thing. As long as you're not disrespecting Jackson State, FAMU, Southern, or wherever else, as long as you're not saying nothing crazy and stuff like that, respect what, Jackson State or any of these schools do for you. And then again, if you want to transfer, hey, man, do your thing. God bless you. You know what I'm saying? All those Jackson State kids or any kids at least, hey, man, you know what? Because I want them to perform because I want people to know they played with us. So you can come play with us too. And maybe you'll stay and enjoy it and get a good degree and get to the NFL. So that's my thing. So when I see all this and stuff, but this goes back to this culture where we got to, as adults, because these are grown people. This ain't, you know what I'm saying? These are grown folks that are doing this foolishness and stuff. So it's like, yo, man, y'all, you think you doing something. Bruh, just chill. So I'm sorry, that's my, that just bothers me.
You have every right to say that, like, because, I talk to my moderators. We be going at it on, in our moderator chat, and they come with me with some stuff. But at the end of the day, we all say, look, they kids, they gonna do what they want to do. If they want to go up to here, if they want to go see Quay Davis over at Texas Southern, they'll take their happy ass on to Third Ward, Houston, Texas, get to some Frenchies and have some fun and some Timmy Chan, go to the screw shop and go have fun and go see him perform. You know what I'm saying? This is their bye week. This is their off. These are their off days. This is, in a sense, it's almost like a job. It's a feeling to have to where you can rest, because guess what? Tomorrow they're gonna go right back at it because they got a game this week. It is a big game this week. So leave the kids up out of there. If you want to call somebody the P word, bro, say it in my face. Say it to me. But I know people ain't gonna say it to my face because people too damn, I'm excuse my language, they too damn pussy themselves to get up off from in front of a laptop or their phone, and they too scared to say it. But everybody want to be hard. Everybody want to be gangster about it. You know what I'm saying? Like this, why tag me and the homies the two other homies that I support the most, and they support me, about our current president right now at a Take Reads gathering. She a grown ass woman. She old enough to be your mama. Leave her alone. You know what I'm saying? Leave it alone. If we want to talk about JSU presidential search and stuff like that, we will talk about it. If I want to talk about it, guess who I'm going to call? I'm going to call Timona. Timona, you want to talk about the search for the press? All right, let's go. When you want to do the show? That's her specialty. My specialty is sports and culture. You know what I'm saying? And if we have something important to talk about, I'm going to put it out there and it's going to be on wax. That's it and that's all. But don't sit here and talk about I'm not getting loud about because she a grown ass woman. If that's who she want to support, that's who she want to support. You know what I'm saying?
And let me see, this go back, and I'm not gonna get too deep in this, but see, this go back. I'm gonna tell you a secret. The people that work at Jackson State and all that didn't know who this woman was. So I'm just gonna let y'all know. That's why I can always tell people that don't know nothing about Jackson State. Because people, I can't believe she was. That's her boy. She been a Republican, y'all. Just let y'all know that ain't nothing new. But folks don't know that because they don't support the school and they don't know nothing about the school. So that's what I'm saying, Matt. That's why people just need to stay in their lane. Stay out that fake outrage. If you're going to support the school, support the school. But don't come up there and act like, to your point right here, because I'm telling you, I've been known that. You see what I'm saying? That was nothing a secret if you were in the loop of what goes on in Mississippi and Jackson State. That's how she got the job. See, and that's why I know people don't even know that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like there's some secret thing. You can ask anybody that it's been out there. Like, come on. So, so anyway, man, but with that being said, getting back to the football and stuff, the thing that I'm most interested in is I'm glad at the end of the year that all these games are starting to count. So that game tomorrow, Texas Southern and Alcorn, that game means something. That's what we want. Our game, and our game against Bethune-Cookman, it doesn't mean anything from a record point, but it means something from a psyche. And I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. Because you don't think that ass kicking that Central took is not going to be in the back of their mind for the rest of the year? Because them boys was rolling. Them boys, so even if Howard loses, you know what everybody's going to say? Central can be beat. You don't think FAMU can say, because I'm going to be honest with you, you're looking at Central, they played this tough schedule. I'm going to go to the schedule thing. And like, man, and I ain't going to lie. I was like, that's going to be a rough game. But I tell you what, I feel better because now I got some tape to say, you know what? I know we can go in there and beat that team. We got to play them. And then the same thing with Jackson State and Alcorn. You don't think that Jackson State wants to do anything to ruin Alcorn's season?
We want to ruin the season.
And now I'll give you one better. See, let's not even forget another game that's very important is the Prairie View A&M game and the Alabama State game all of a sudden.
Yeah. You got
so everybody has to keep winning.
The Bayou Classic.
Exactly. Everybody has to keep winning. And that is great for the conference. So we just named 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games that are SWAC game that means something.
Yep.
That is great. So that's 10 teams that are involved, or less, because I guess Alcorn will be twice. So the point of it is that you got that many teams that people are talking about that have got the conference. Now this goes back to why the conference has got to promote this. See, because if I'm the conference, the first thing I'm saying that we still got a conference race going on. I'm putting this all over the place. This game means the conference should be talking about how big this game is tomorrow. The conference needs to be talking about that. The
conference needs to do it instead of us trying to do it.
Exactly. The conference needs to talk about how big that Prairie View A&M and Alabama State game is. They need to. That's a big game. Because what I'm curious about, and I want to look at the times of those games, right? Because what would be interesting is if, and I'll just say this out loud, not knowing which is which. Like somebody has to wait to see if somebody wins or loses. You see what I'm saying? Because of the way the time is. So Alcorn knows. So let's just say Prairie View, and again, I'm not saying this is right or wrong, but just talking about this scenario. Prairie View wins, and Alcorn knows, well, goddamn, we got to win now. You see what I'm saying? We got to win. That's a lot more pressure.
And
that's what you want.
But pressure is it's crazy because all the games on Saturday start either at 2 or 2:30. that if the Prairie View Alabama State game would have started at like a 5 and we started at 2, or let's just say for that, like let's just say for some simple case, we would have started at 5. Prairie View Bama State started at 2, just like you said, and they got like, okay, like we really got to go out there and try to beat the brakes off these boys right here because our season is on the line. We trying to, J State trying to play spoiler. We trying to play for 8-3. We trying to play to let everybody know we still got a good team out here. We trying to play for recruiting. We try to play for a lot of things, but we trying to play to have that momentum going into the next season. Same thing with Grambling and Southern with the Bayou Classic, because in that game right there, both of those teams sitting at 4-3 in the conference. Whoever wins the game, for one, somebody gonna have a U-Haul at their damn house. Second of all, it's going to be momentum going into the next season. And third of all, let's just say for chaos, Alcorn when they lose their last 2 games.
Right. Which could happen.
It could happen. It can happen. Then we just put it out there. It can happen. Then you will really have chaos in that division right there alone. Just that division by itself. It is somebody gonna have to somebody got to get purged out of the division right there. Somebody gonna have to go to the Lions Den and go down to Tallahassee. Don't know who it is. We don't know who it is yet. So the division, the West Division is still up for grabs right now, starting tomorrow.
Yeah. So that's the great thing about it. So guess what? You can come on tomorrow, because you know what? Because now, and people like me, I'm going to get online and watch that game.
I'll be at work watching that game.
Yeah. So that's the great thing about it. I'm going to be watching that game. What time does that game start?
They started 2 o'clock tomorrow.
I'm going to be watching that game instead of an NFL game because of how important that game is. That's great for the conference. That is great for the conference. And that's really the biggest thing, is to have these games matter and be important. So, and then you know what's going to happen? Then we'll all come back in our communities. You'll get on, and Scotty get on, and whoever else will get on, and we'll all be doing tomorrow might, but you know what I mean. And we'll all be able to communicate because, as they say, FUBU, for us, by us.
Yep.
Because I'm going to tell you this, now I'll get off on another tangent, but I'm going to tell you what's funny. Because somebody said, I think somebody was watching the Colorado stream, right, on YouTube, right? And they were talking about the comments that people were making. And I said, I don't know what you shocked. That shit ain't for you. So why are you shocked that these people are saying the crazy thing that they're saying about Deion?
It was never for us.
Because it ain't for you. This is for us. Your show, Ken Zoe, Timona, Scotty, all these different shows, Perry, them doing their stuff. Everybody, this is for us.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got to worry about I ain't got to worry about how I'm talking or what I'm saying to offend some white person. Give a damn, they better respect what we saying. And if you white, you better listen to what we saying. I don't have to worry about that. Because I can come on here and listen to you all talk about the game and tease with you, because you and Timona gonna pick against FAMU every week for no reason. And I'm gonna enjoy the joke. I'm gonna enjoy it. So this is our stuff. So that's the more important thing for me, is to incubate and keep building our stuff. Because I get tired of being in their stuff. I'm in their stuff for most of my week. Their stuff is not my stuff. It don't fit right. Don't make me look good. This fits me right. So that's the thing about it, you know. So that's the thing. So man, again, you're doing a good job. I guess I'm gonna let you go because it's, like I said, it's 12:30 Eastern time and everything. But like I say, what I will do for Doc, I'm gonna tell you this, because this is what I want you to do for me. And you tell Mr. Ford, when we beat Bethune, okay, if me, you, and Mr. Ford are gonna host that championship game show, pregame show.
Yeah.
So see, I got to give Mr. Ford some stats. You know what I'm saying? You know, because you know he was ruffling the Rattlers all year. You know what I mean? He really did believe in the Rattlers and stuff, like especially at the beginning of the year. You know what I mean? I got to give, I got to read some stats to him and everything. So it's no doubt about it. So I'm definitely just let me know. And like I said, I'm going to challenge everybody to, again, support all these channels and things like that, because, man, this is our stuff. Look, we 12:30 and we getting up, we hanging out with our folks, man. This is a beautiful thing, man. This is what this thing is all about. That's why I'm always part of the mission. That's why I'm always going to support. Hey, man, you said you coming? I told you I got them tickets. So, I mean, I got to get an extra ticket for your mama. There ain't no thing. That's what we do. Ken and them, I think I'm about to do something with Ken just as a little joke on Monday that me and him talked about. Because I'm going to support the mission. Same thing with Scotty. Same thing with FAMU. Hey, we raised $100,000. I'm going to raise another $100,000 because I'm going to support the mission. That's what this thing is about, man. So there you go. So, Doc, appreciate you letting me come on. Now you know why the Rattlers are now, what are we, 9-1, right? Yeah, 9-1.
9-1.
9-1. And like I said, we'll be 10-1 after Saturday. And I'll be back on Saturday night to tell y'all why we brag different. So I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all, we gonna end this live just on that, because I don't think I could go any longer now, man. But appreciate everybody for jumping on. I know the Android, the echo issue, the Android issue. If you got an Android, make sure you just have headphones to come on. Appreciate Ashton for coming on, and Dr. D and Uncle Steve, and everybody for coming on and giving their 2 cents, because I told you it was chaos. Somebody got caught slipping. You know what I'm saying? Someone, because today someone called the ambulance. Someone called the ambulance today, because a lot of folks needed it today. A lot of folks needed the ambulance today. But make sure that y'all comment, share, subscribe, and like the stream. Also, make sure if you want to donate to the cause, as always, look, you see the ticket scrolling down on the bottom. Make sure if you want to donate to the cause, make sure you hit the Cash App up. Also, make sure you either hit the PayPal or the Zelle, or you can hit up the Super Chat. Man, like I said, Dr. D, we get in the car. Mr. Campbell, I got tickets, and Dr. Lori had already sent me the info for the Airbnb, y'all. So I cannot back out on this. I cannot back out on this, because they done did a lot of stuff for me, y'all. 2 Rattlers and a bison. So they did a lot for me, y'all. So if you watch the replay of this show, and you decide you want to donate to the cause, go right ahead and do that. Give you a shout out in the community, on the community chat. But leave here with this. Maynard and Dooley, y'all might want to get a change of address right now. Also, make sure that y'all catch the coach's call on Monday morning. I will be on there Monday morning. I might have my phone set to get up around like 9:30, so I can get myself prepared to ask questions to all the coaches for this week. Next show I will be on would be the midday live show on Tuesday. I will have my top 10 poll out for that for next week. Be sure I will put a poll in there. Who you think gonna be number one now? Who you think gonna be number one now? Yeah, the one. Dude, if I really want to go gangster, I go back how the '84 Colts slipped out of Baltimore and went to Indianapolis on the Mayflower. Hey, we'll put it out like that. But Maine and Dooley, y'all gonna go cry in the car. Y'all gonna go cry in the car. But as always, we'll be back on this thing on Tuesday. I might do a pop-up show tomorrow to get my recap about the Alcorn game for tomorrow. But as always, man, as always, this has been HBCU OverDrive Weekend Recap in conjunction with HBCU OverDrive Live. Make sure that you like the stream. Make sure that you comment, share. Most of all, subscribe to the channel. Become a family member. As always, hit that super chat. Hit up the Cash App, the PayPal, the Zelle. Any one of those things, you know what I'm saying, will be much appreciated. Still to my bro, the owner and curator of HBCU Nightly, Josh Sims Sr. Happy birthday to you, my guy. Much love to you. Too bad for your Eagles. I got some stuff to talk to you about on Wednesday when we go up on there Wednesday night. But as always, y'all be blessed. Y'all stay safe, man. Hug your loved ones. Also, before we do that, before I get all up into that, make sure y'all send a prayer to my youngest daughter, her grandmother, which would be my ex-wife's mother. She had a mild stroke this past week. Make sure y'all give a prayer out to my baby girl, because that's her Gigi right there. And my mother is her granny. So y'all send our prayers for her and everybody else. But also send our prayers to me and my family, and I'm sending our prayers to you and yours. But again, like I said, be blessed, stay safe, hug your loved ones, because one day they here, next day they gone. As always, man, we back on this thing next week. Be easy, baby. Peace.